Sorry about that. Okay. So, yeah, just regeneration, rebirth. Letting go of something that no longer is part of you or no longer serves you. Something that may have felt very heavy to carry around, Gemini. And I'm just seeing you becoming lighter this month. Becoming, you know, more of that dynamic, quicksilver, social, spontaneous, quick thinking, you know, social creature that you are. And I'm just getting, again, it's just sparkling. I'm just getting a lot of like angelic sparkling energy for you. So thank God we're in Gemini season. I'm loving it too. And you guys can maybe benefit the most from it. So that's what's going on in the sky. Let's see what comes up for you in the cards. Ooh, medicine woman. Yeah, high priestess energy. That's no surprise. She connects with the underworld, which is the world of, you know, the dead souls. And she gets information and a certain knowingness because she's able to go there and come back. This is the Persephone card, the high priestess who was actually married to the lord of the underworld. And she came back to Earth, and that's where everything blooms. It's a wonderful story. If you're ever interested in looking into the Greek mythology, if you look into Persephone and Demeter, or Ceres, the Earth Mother, she is all about regeneration. And, you know, an inner knowing, trusting your instincts, trusting your intuition, and in some ways going within and being quiet. It's really interesting that she would come up here, and with that new moon depicted, this new moon in your sign, here it is again, is really featured for you this month, Gemini. It's really actually beautiful. It's almost like you're getting reborn in a way that you choose who you want to become, going deeper into yourself. It's really going to be a spiritual awakening. Whatever that means for you, Gemini, it's a beautiful opportunity this month for that. And it's sort of like a new self emerging too. I know I talked about that already, but first house, new moon in your first house, new opportunity for new definitions of yourself. And with this card appearing with that new moon right out of the gate, I'm just getting that you are really reaping the benefits from any internal work that you do. Trusting your instincts, trusting your intuition, receiving information from any meditation that you might be doing. The illumination of your full moon in Capricorn, just bringing you to a new rebirth. There's so much good stuff for you, Gemini. I can't even believe how good this month could be for you. Let's continue. Yeah, release of stress, release of conflict. This is sort of, when this card's in reverse, it's like rising above any conflicts. I often call this card playing versus fighting, and in this deck it's called stress. But with 5 of Wands in reverse, it's like everyone's dropping their batons. Everyone, you know, if these people are at war, which sometimes it can be, competitiveness, it's got that fiery, aggressive Mars energy. This is like everyone dropping their batons. Everyone just being out on the battlefield and dropping their weapons. And you're almost able to do that because you have this access to this information, this peace, this inner knowing. You know, you're surrounded by this. Look at this, the two of the most spiritual cards in the deck, Medicine Woman and Shaman. These are the spiritual teachers. So I'm seeing, Gemini, that you're able to just kind of rise above things, rise above any conflict or strife, dropping the weapons, burying the hatchet is what I'm also getting from that. And Hierophant, you know, is saying that maybe you're doing things in an untraditional way. This is Shaman here, and this means, you know, deeper knowing. This means that you can go even deeper. In reverse, it's saying it's unconventional. It's not in the normal way. You might be like challenging conventions when this card comes up. You might be challenging traditional structures of things, drawing outside of the lines is what I'm getting from this. And there may be some things that are topsy-turvy in terms of the traditional structures that are in your life. So I'm just getting, quite frankly, Gemini, your ability to rise above any pettiness, conflicts, annoyances, challenges, just dropping your weapons and focusing on the inner peace within. It's actually really beautiful, Gemini. What else have we got? Security. This is 4 of Earth. This means being secure and stable in yourself, being grounded. It may be a good time to visit anything that has to do with the earth, like the mountains or the beach, or anything that has earth energy is going to be, maybe for some of you it's working in the garden. This is really beneficial for you this month. And then I see, funny enough, security is there, and it's followed by insecurity in reverse. So you're letting go of any old insecurities, any clinging to any losses. It means moving on from that. It means coming in from the cold, coming into your spiritual life. Yeah, and Father of Fire. You're really doing some nice progress this month, Gemini. I'm just seeing like a huge development for you. Embracing security and letting go of insecurity. These 2 cards alone could just be a good theme for the month, you know, knowing that you're grounded and letting go of any losses of the past. That's what this is saying. In the middle of the month, we have that new moon in your sign of Gemini, in your first house of identity and self. And it's showing up here again. Now, this is a card that is a little challenging. This can mean it's called hurt here, but this is 9 of Swords. And it can mean overdoing it in terms of thinking and worrying and analyzing. And, you know, this is saying that you might have a tendency to overthink things in the middle of the month. You might be going in circles in your head. So when this card comes up, the opportunity is just to let all that go and release that, just like you're releasing this conflict and stress, this insecurity. This is 5 of coins, which is, or sorry, 5 of water, which is loss. And this is Daughter of Earth, the Page of coins in reverse. All these are tied together. And you might be overthinking about conflict, insecurity, loss, strife, grief, you know, immaturity in terms of dealing in the physical world. But what I'm seeing too, with all these tied to this, you have the opportunity, Gemini, to let all that stuff go. One of the things I usually mention when I see this card is that it's usually depicting a person who's up at night in bed. You may be overactive in your night, in your sleeping, like you may have some insomnia. But this is an invitation. You know, rely upon the wisdom of the owl. He is awake at night, but he has wisdom. And it means not overthinking things, not overanalyzing things, not letting your mind run away with itself. Because in that depiction, there's usually someone who is in their bed, who's safe in their bed at night, but they're overthinking and they're over-worrying. And they may have 3 problems they're thinking about, but don't make it into 9, is the wisdom of this card. Don't let your mind get carried away. Go within. Trust your instincts. Trust the spiritual guidance that's coming to you, because you don't really have to think about these emotional losses. These, these are both 5s. Look at this. This is actually really interesting. It's surrounded by the 5 of Wands, the 5 of Fire, the 5 of Earth, and the 5 of Water. So this is all loss. These are all losses, you know, a loss in terms of spirit or conflict, a loss in terms of the physical world, assets, possessions, values, even thinking about reputation. And this is an emotional loss. So how can you just go slower is what Page of Coins, you know, Daughter of Earth says in reverse. This is someone who takes their time, proceeds one step at a time, is sure-footed, is grounded, makes good decisions, is ready to learn. Is there something that you're resisting learning, Gemini, about loss or letting things go, not overthinking things, or even the willingness to confront something? That may be what's coming up here. You know, it's it's draining your life force if you refuse to learn this new lesson. And that's why you go in circles in your head. You have to show a willingness, or remove the fear, doubt, or resistance. That's what this card in reverse is saying. Remove any fear, doubt, or resistance to learn something new. And then this can correct too. It brings you into strength, into life force, to feel it. Look at this guy. I mean, he's just on fire. He's in his strength. He's got this mountain lion with him, supporting him, and it's courage. So, Gemini, you have a real opportunity here. Be willing to learn the lesson. Be willing to start something new, especially in who you are and your willingness to show up, you know, with this whole rebirth. Be willing to reframe and re-look at anything that has to do with loss or conflict. Be willing to learn something new in those regards, because it's going to affect your ability to deal with anything. For some of you, I'm getting that you're conflict avoidant. And this is a month where you could really challenge that. And you could really let go of a lot of worry or anxiety, because you're an air sign, you can tend to be in your head a lot. So this is a real opportunity right here. New moon, new you. Really, and guess where it can lead? Life force. If you deal with the fear, doubt, or resistance about learning about this stuff, learning this new lesson, up leveling, you come back as strength. You come back as renewed, refreshed, powerful, courageous, you know, you times 100. And I'm getting that this is about your rebirth too, Gemini. So powerful stuff here. Really good month for you. If you're up to the challenge, if you're willing to up level, to take the next step. And, you know, with your Uranus in your 12th house of spirit, I'm kind of getting that you're getting the call. You know, that's where that full moon is happening, especially towards the end of the month. You're getting the call to step up. So I'm going to continue going through this. King of Wands. Look at this. Boldness, courageousness, fearlessness. You know, it goes right along with life force. These are powerful, powerful archetypes, Gemini. And this is you. I mean, this potentially could be a fire sign that is helping you through this, that is serving as your guide or your mentor, or someone who is serving a good, excuse me, a good model for you. But King of Wands is bold, courageous. He does things in a big way. And I'm really getting that some of you are having the support of the universe. Look at this sun that's burning in the background. Great energy here, Gemini, if you can embrace it. Especially after you confront any fears or anxiety, tension, worry, and are willing to learn something new, it turns you around and you turn into this guy, King of Wands. You know, authority in your own life, passion, optimism, action, being willing to take on anything, big ideas. And you may have to, you know, face some old losses. Look at some grief. You may have to process some grief, Gemini, that's left over from the past. If you look at this, this is 5 of Cups. These 3 cups are broken and draining out emotional energy, and these 2 are still here, holding water. And it may say you may just have to cry the tears, Gemini. There may be something that you've been resisting, a loss from the past that is haunting you. But I see you as having the strength to do it, both here with the Father of Fire and with the Mother of Earth. She's very calm. She's very grounded. She's very nurturing, very trustworthy. This may be an earth sign that is showing up as support for you. This could be Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. I'm really getting to like rely on their energy here at the end of the month, because it's also the full moon is in Capricorn. It is in an earth sign. So if there feels like some serious things that are coming to the surface for release and shedding, this is your 8th house. And remember, the house of death and rebirth. And it's here with fear. You know, you may have to confront. You have all of the 5s appearing. 5, 5, 5, and 5, which is change, which is conflict, and then release from that. So earth sign person could be really helpful in terms of fear that comes up with this full moon and any realizations that you have from it, especially if they feel heavy and especially if they feel related to loss, Gemini. So, and you know, another thing I wanted to say about this full moon, it's well aspected with Uranus. There's this heaviness that is because it's conjunct Saturn, but it's also in that aspect with Uranus where it's saying, you know, you can break free. You can break free of this heaviness. You can let go of this loss if you process it. And you can feel liberated. You know, I'm seeing this, I'm not sure if it's a raven or a crow who's, again, flying above it all. This is conflict, Five of Swords, battles, old battles that have been fought. And the sun has set on those battles. And there's wisdom to be gained from looking at it from a bird's eye view, from a higher perspective, rising above the battles, rising above the conflicts, especially if they're old. I love this for you, Gemini. I just feel like you guys are on a spiritual rebirth. That's what I'm seeing here. And there may be some things you need to let go of. There may be something that you need to learn new related to loss and or conflict. But I'm seeing you emerging as this triumphant, strong, you know, charismatic, unstoppable person. And I'm kind of seeing that as the new you that's getting reborn here. Wow, it's powerful, Gemini. So that's my reading for you for this month. Enjoy the fun, sparkly energy that is coming with this month and your birthday month and your new personal year. See if you can get through whatever comes up that's heavy that needs to be released. Think of that snake shedding its skin. And there's great things coming for you, Gemini. Really beautiful. So that's my reading for you. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, feel free to give it a thumbs up or share it with another Gemini who you think might enjoy it. If you'd ever like to book a personal reading with me, you can do that at readingsbygwendolyn.com. And if you're interested in life coaching, I have a friend who's wonderful. Her name is Jeannie, and she offers life coaching. I will be putting her link down below. Please check her out. And as always, I just want to thank everyone so much for watching. I hope you have a beautiful June. And again, happy birthday, dear Gemini. Thanks for watching. Yours in the stars.